this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we are doing a revision section on the unit of measurement. So hopefully you've been watching all my videos on measurement, because this is going to hopefully tie it all together with just a little mixture of each of the things that we have done. So looking at question 1, it says find the perimeter of the following shape. So when you're doing perimeter is the distance around the outside of the shape. So we need to add all the sides together. But before we can do that, there is some numbers missing. This one here is missing. We can find it using the 16. We know 16 goes the whole way down here. If I took off this 5, it would tell me that this side here would be 11. This one across the top here is missing as well. So if I use the 19, take away 9, that means that this part here would be 10. Alright, once we have all the sides, make sure there's no more missing, we can go P for perimeter is equal to, let's start with the 16 and go around the shape. 16 plus 19 plus 5 plus 9 plus 11 plus 10. And we add them all together. 16 plus 19 plus 5 plus 9 plus 11 plus 10 is equal to 70 centimetres. There's 70 centimetres around the outside of that shape. Okay, in question 2, we also want to find the perimeter. This time we have just one side missing, but let's see, how can we find that side? Well, it's actually a little bit more complicated because it's triangular in shape. Let's have a look. Let's cut it down there. If this is 5 meters here and it's 8 the whole way across the bottom, then this little one here must be 3 meters. And 10 down there and 5 here means that this one here would be 5 meters. So what we can do is use that little right angle triangle and do Pythagoras' theorem to find this side here that we need. So we're finding the hypotenuse, so we would use the c squared equals a squared plus b squared form. So the a and b are these two, it doesn't matter which one is which. So I'm going to do 3 squared plus 5 squared. Okay, then we add those together. 3 squared plus 5 squared equals 34, and that's still c squared, so I would need to square root that to find out what c is equal to. So the square root of that 34, we'll do it to one decimal place, 5.8 meters. Okay, so now that we know that this is 5.8 meters here, we can finally find our perimeter. P for perimeter is equal to, let's start with our 5.8 and go around. 5.8 plus, now we don't need to do the 3 because that's part of this 8, we'll just do 8 to go the whole way across, plus 10 plus 5 plus another 5. And we don't do this 5 because that's inside the shape, we only go around the outside. Alright, let's add those together. 5.8 plus 8 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5. So 33.8 meters around that shape. Okay, in question 3, we are now trying to find the area. So we have two shapes there joined together. If I cut it across here, we can see the rectangle on the bottom and the triangle on the top. The rectangle has dimensions 8.9 and 4.4, that's easy to see. But the triangle, the base of the triangle would also be 8.9, because it's the same as the rectangle there. The height, the 9.3 is the whole way. We need to subtract off the 4.4, so 9.3 minus 4.4 equals 4.9. So that little height there is 4.9. Okay, now we are ready to calculate the area. Area is equal to The rectangle, the formula for a rectangle is the base times the height, which is 8.9 times by 4.4. Then we want to add to that the area of the triangle. The triangle has a base of 8.9 and a height of 4.9, but the formula for a triangle is half the base times the height. Okay, so we get that. And all that in the calculator will give us the answer. 8.9 times 4.4 plus half times 8.9 times 4.9 equals 60.965 centimeters squared for area. Question 4. Okay, sometimes working out what the shape is half the problem. This is a kite. It has two pairs of adjacent sides equal. The formula for a kite is half x, y, where x and y are the lengths of the diagonals, which is what we've been given here. That diagonal is 9.7 and that diagonal is 12.5. So I just need to go half times 9.7 times 12.5. Half. .625 meters squared. Okay, question 5. We want to convert 0.076 meters cubed into liters. So we're converting between our volume units and capacity. Now there was two things for you to remember to help you convert these. The first one was that 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter. We're not going to use that one. We're going to use this one. 1 meter cubed is equal to 1 kiloliter. Okay, so if you can remember that rule, if you have something in meters cubed, you can change it straight into kiloliters. So 0.076 meters cubed would be the same as 0.076 kiloliters. Then all we need to do is change it into liters because that question asks for liters. Kilo, if it's a kiloliter, it means there's 1,000 liters for each one of these, so we need to times it by 1,000. So that would jump over 3 places, giving me 76 litres. Or you can use your calculator if you like. Okay, in question 6 we want to find the volume of the prism. So it's a triangular prism. We have triangles on each end and we have a height in between of 18. Now to find the area, we want to find the area of the triangle. Triangle has a formula of half base times height. But we've got a 9, a 12 and a 7 all around that triangle. It's a bit of a trick. The 9 you do not actually want at all. The base and the height, remember, are always connected by a right angle. So the 12, so that would be 12 across there, and 7 is the base and the height. So it's half times 12 times 7. So that 9 was just put there to distract us. Now timesing that together, we get 42 meters squared. Then we can work out the volume using our V is equal to AH formula. The area we worked out was 42 and the height going back from the triangle is 18. So 42 times 18 is 756 meters cubed. Okay, one last question, question 7. We have got 2 prisms here, and now because they are different lengths, we're going to have to do them separately. So let's start with the rectangular prism. So the rectangular prism, the area of the rectangle is base times height, so that will be 7 times 4 which is 28 centimeters squared. The volume will be V equals AH. The area was 28, times that by the height going back, which is 21. 28 times 21 is 588 centimeters cubed. Okay, that was just the rectangular prism. Now time for the triangular prism sitting on top. The formula for a triangle is half the base times the height. Now the base across here is actually the same as the rectangle. It's 7 and the perpendicular height is 4. So half times 7 times 4, which is 14 centimeters squared. And then to work out the volume, V is equal to AH. The area was 14 and the height going back here is 9. So 14 times 9 equals 126 centimeters cubed. Now we should just have our volume, our total volume. So total volume, where we just need to add our rectangular prism, which was 588, and our triangular prism, which is 126. So 714 centimeters cubed is the total volume of that whole shape. Hopefully you got that answer. Okay, so I have another video coming up on measurement, which is challenge questions. If you have found this topic pretty easy and you'd like to challenge yourself with some harder questions, then join me next time for my next video. Until then, see you later.